Hey there, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Horoscope Story Time. So, thank you for all your kind comments last week. Just trying out something a little new and something that's kind of fun to do. Just because this is a new series, I'll just give a little bit of backstory about this. I'm basically just reading a column that I write every week for an American publication. So it's also published on my website. So if you go to cassandratyndall.com/horoscopes, if you want to read the written version. So this week's astrology is super, super quiet, but we do have a new moon in Taurus, quite a sublime one, to be honest. So this is a week for relaxation and calm, particularly after a pretty crunchy April. So what I'm going to be personally doing over the next little bit is my annual new moon intentions. Because the last month, which I usually do on the Aries new moon, was an eclipse, I'm going to do it this week. So if you really want to bring some of that steady, sturdy abundance into your life with a little bit of a benefic infusion, I shouldn't say a little bit, it's quite a lot, and you want to bring that sort of solid, stable, abundant energy throughout the next 12 months and learn what I do in respect to that, I do have a workshop available on my website. So it takes you through audio, journal prompts, how I set everything up, and a vision board stuff too, if that's what you're into. Of course, you don't have to do that, but what this workshop's really helpful doing is using your goals, intentions, and desires and aligning that with astrological principles. So you do get that bang for your buck concept. So anyway, here we go with the horoscope. So what it is initially is a bit of an introduction to the energy of the week, a bit of a collective influence, and then of course the 12 signs. So this is from May 6 to May 12 of 2024. After the month that was, chances are that by now you need a little resolve. This week brings one of the most calm and quiet weeks we'll see in some time. Though collectively we've grown grossly unused to it, there is a magic in stillness, in the calm and quiet where nothing seemingly happens. Alas, that's where everything happens. It's the magic of being fully in your surroundings, not anticipating the pinging of the next notification or the 101 tasks you have to accomplish. It is the magic of the sun upon your face, the mid-season breeze at your back, the hot cup of coffee warming your hands. Maybe it's your favorite meal with a smooth, full-bodied Shiraz that just touches your soul in all the right ways. It could be hearing your favorite song that evokes a joyful memory, the fragrance of a rose that makes you wonder how something so divine is even possible. It could be the devilish sparkle in your lover's eyes that reminds you of the feeling of belonging to someone. It's all these little things we take for granted, choosing things that would likely not choose us. This week, choose the things that bring calm, joy, abundance, and permanence. Aries, if you were to take a look at your bank statements, would would the way you spend money reflect your goals? A lot of people say they want this or that, but the things they do on the regular don't demonstrate this. Don't beat yourself up if you're one of those people. This week brings a fresh start. Set some new goals regarding abundance and persevere with them. Just remember, you can't reap and sow in the same season. Taurus, chances are you're not the same person you were 12 months ago. So much has changed for you since 2018, 2019, but things really amped up recently. You're not so fond of change, so some of this has been far from comfortable. That said, things are starting to calm down, at least for a while. This week, remember who you are without the madness, without the demands, or what other people want you to be. Put yourself first. Gemini, everything is happening in the background for you this week. While you may have your worries that keep you up at night, things truly are changing for you and for the better. It's always the calm before the storm that makes you the most anxious. Just let this situation run its course because the weather patterns are changing. Embrace the calm because it won't last long. Recharge your batteries while you still have time. You'll be glad you did. Cancer. There's a lot to be said for having good friends. These days, the idea of friends has been cheapened a little bit. While you are connected digitally through so many people, whom do you really know? Who really knows you? This week, it's all about deepening and connecting with those who truly have your back. Also, a good week for remembering that not everyone who smiles at you is a friend. Loyalty and discretion count now. Leo, new beginnings are possible in a professional setting or in terms of your reputation and life direction. After periods of uncertainty, you may have opted to take matters into your own hands. Well, at least I hope so. You see, if you don't choose the change chooses you, and then you have no choice. A lack of control doesn't work well for you. See the light and make the choice you've been putting off for long enough. Virgo, in order to be somewhere you aren't, you have to dream up the possibility of it being so. As kids, we're encouraged to stay in the realms of what's possible. As adults, that's impractical. While practicality does serve you well, to what extent does that hold you back from your dreams and aspirations? Most of the time, you have to have faith in something eventuating rather than its certainty. Start straddling the boundary between possibility and probability. Libra, try not to put your head in the clouds when it comes to dealing with the issues you're avoiding. Avoidance may feel better in the moment, but the reality is the issue won't go away. It's quite empowering to face your fears, worries, or concerns head on. When you do, the proverbial monster is rarely as big and as scary as you thought it was. Whether the monster is financial or emotional, do battle with it. Scorpio, choose the simple over the complicated this week if you want your relationship to improve. Not every situation needs to be probed into or examined from every minuscule angle. Bask in the simplicity of things and appreciate the serenity of it all. There is a time and place for diving into the abyss, but this week, just smell the roses. A fresh start is possible if your love life has been less than smooth sailing. Sagittarius, chances are you've been walking around with a heavy sigh for some time now. I'm pleased to announce that the light at the end of the long and arduous tunnel is about to close. Before it does, be sure to take a look around you, see how much you've achieved and how much beauty you've created. The secret to a divine life is to witness your capacity to bring heaven down to earth within the life you've created. Capricorn, this week is well starred to experience all the best that life has to offer. Joy, happiness, romance, fun, and children are all yours to behold. Your challenge, just take your eye off the prize for long enough to realize that everything you need is right with you right now. If it's not, then chances are it's closer than you think. What you appreciate appreciates. Swap out your pessimism for optimism and watch your life improve. Aquarius, on the one hand, you don't enjoy change at home, while on the other, you do recognize that a fresh start is required. This could be in terms of your location or the familial dynamics you share. All scenarios can be improved by a little bit of good cheer. First, you do have to allow others to have their voice and their needs and desires heard too. It's not just your opinion that equals joy and happiness at home. Pisces, so much of our lives are driven by the big things, the promotion, the home purchase, the next overseas holiday. These are admirable aspirations to be sure. However, not at the cost of the little things. All you need right now is right under your nose. Your local environment, neighbors, or siblings are the source of your joy now. You don't have to have grand adventures to have a grand adventure. So there you have it. That's this week's horoscopes. I hope you enjoyed that. If you do want to dive into the new moon manifestation work, you can do this under any new moon, of course, but this one is definitely worth your while. I also have a Jupiter and Gemini webinar coming up in the middle of this month, the 17th, I think it is. And of course, if you do want to dive into learning astrology with me, the contemporary astrology program is open for enrollment, and we start on June 6th. Also, readings for May are available. Some appointments have been made. So until next week, everyone, I hope you have a really great Taurus new moon.